Alright, so we're going to go over Golaloon, which is Golems, Lava Hounds, Balloons, is what it stands for. It's sort of similar to Goho, only focused on an aerial attack. And it's a two-phase attack. You're going to have a kill squad, golems, wizards, heroes, and then you're going to have your main attack phase of the lava hounds and the balloons. So first of all, when you're checking out a base and you want to decide what type of attack might work, one thing that gives you a clue that's a good Golaloon base is when you find the Archer Queen, if you can send in a kill squad and eliminate at least two of the air defense, they're kind of close to her. So if you came in from this way, or even if you came in from the side, especially if you came in from this right side, these two air defense and the Archer Queen are all right there. And the other thing is the Clan Castle defense, which is also right all next to each other in this little circle. So this was a very good base to come Golaloon. And Zapquake, I highly recommend. That means 2 lightning and 1 earthquake. So that basically allows you to just pick any air defense on the map and be able to take it out with spells without having to worry about where troops are coming from, what angle, whatever. So in this case, if you're coming in this way and you're planning on getting these two with the kill squad and the queen and the CC, then either one of these is good. Sometimes there's a clear better target. For instance, if they had a sweeper right here, you might want to get this one because you could take out the air defense and the sweeper. But here it's symmetrical. There's no difference. Just whichever one you decide that you want to Zapquake, it won't matter. And that will leave you with 1 remaining air defense. So when in your troop composition, you're going to want lava hounds. However many air defense are left, you want 1 more lava hound. So if you had a smaller kill squad, like just bringing a single golem, and you planned on taking these out, and you wanted to save all your spells for the kill squad and the balloons, so you're not bringing Zapquake, and you're going to leave both of these up, then you would want 3 lava hounds. But in this case, you brought Zapquake. Kill squad's going to take care of the bottom 2, so 2 lava hounds for the 1 remaining air defense. And that's just because the first one is probably going to die fairly quick before the balloons get there. And the second one, ideally, in a perfect attack scenario, you want the second lava hound to pop right as the balloons are taking out that last remaining air defense. Because a lava hound that doesn't pop is not going to be really much help at that point. They don't do a whole lot of damage. They move pretty slow. So you do want the lava hounds to pop, but you don't want them to pop too early and leave defenses up to be able to take out all of your balloons. So let's go ahead and hit play. I highly recommend starting the attack with Zapquake. So right off the bat, the first thing that happened was 2 lightnings and an earthquake are dropped right on that air defense. The reason it's best to do that at the very beginning is because then you don't have to worry about it. If you start your attack and then all of a sudden you forgot and that air defense is shooting something or whatever, that's going to be bad. So if you do it the very first thing, then it's out of the way. Everything else that happens, you can focus on the troops and the actual army that's left. So Zapquake to open it up. You have the 2 lava hounds coming in from the bottom to start your kill squad. You have the wizards there starting to create the funnel. And there was a lava hound in the enemy CC that comes out. He's sitting here nailing the golem, but it really doesn't matter. They do such little damage. It's not like he's actually taken down the golem very fast. So as the funnel's being created, more wizards are dropped. The lava hound finally pops. Wizards and the queen are going to take that out. So As this kill squad comes up here, they finally get to that left air defense. The king's coming around to the right, and the queen kind of went left, but that actually worked out because she took out that X-bow on the left. And even though the queen died fairly early, the king finally got around to that other air defense. I'm going to pause it for just a second. When this is the only remaining air defense, so it's time for phase 2, the actual lava hound and balloons phase of the attack. The lava hound's job is to take the damage away from the balloons. They're the tank. Their whole purpose is two-part purpose. One is you want to drop them kind of far away from the air defense. In this case, it could even be a smart idea to drop one in this far left corner, because you need them to fly through as much physical area of the base on their way to the air defense to gather up all those air traps, those black balloons, those red balloons. You don't want those, especially the red ones, to be able to take out all of your balloons in one hit. The groups of balloons basically have two weaknesses at this phase. One is the red air traps, air bombs. The other one is wizard towers. Level 6 balloons are fairly tanky, so they can take some hits, but so yeah, you can see all these air traps hitting this lava hound, and even one of the lava pups that spewed out over here by the wizard tower soaked up a trap. Haste spells are pretty much a must for the balloon portion of the attack. So as soon as the balloons had crossed here and were about to start hitting their first defense, as soon as they dropped their first bombs, you got haste spell 1 and haste spell 2. And you'll see how quickly that's a game changer. Look at how fast these balloons are moving, about twice the speed of normal units, and then as soon as they're out of the haste, they go back to maybe one day they might get to the next defense. And looks like about 7 or 8 balloons left, and they finally are just working their way around. So here they split up. Level 6 balloons are pretty good cleanup. 2 of them came over here, and it only takes them 2 attacks to take out a gold storage. So that's pretty much it for Golaloon. But I would like to go over a different method that is... I wouldn't say it's my favorite, but it's extremely useful for bases like this. You have the Archer Queen is fairly far out here towards the edge. They have the centered clan castle. It's not terribly hard to lure, but you might have to do something different if you were trying to lure it separately. But the major thing is these air defense are basically sitting on the very outer edge of the base. So in this particular case, you have the air sweeper parked right next to the air defense, which I don't recommend if you're building a base, because I start out this attack, just drop your zap quake right here and takes out 2 useful air defenses with 1 set of spells that you have to use on an air defense anyway. So in this scenario, I have a single golem kill squad that's going to come in and take care of this air defense, the enemy Archer Queen, and the clan castle defense. The Archer Queen and the clan castle are pretty much the 2 main goals of the kill squad. And so since a spell's taking out this, my smaller kill squad is taking out this, I decided I wanted to do a queen walk along this right side. So I'm going to drop the queen here with 3 healers behind her. Pretty much the only goal of that is to make sure to get the 3rd air defense down. But as you'll see, a mini queen walk, I mean, she pretty much can take out about 15 to 20% of the base on her own, and that allows for the Golaloon portion of the attack to only have to worry about 2/3 of the base. So with the attack starts, you have Zapquake here taking out one air defense. I dropped the queen first with the healers behind her. And with her taking 2-point defenses right off the bat, queens are not very tanky. With a fourth healer, she can tank stuff like that, but I only had room for 3. So I had to use the ability sooner than I really had hoped for. But already she's going after the air defense. I used a rage spell to save her. I was wanting to use it for the kill squad. But I had plenty of wizards to be able to take care of the dragon there. So as soon as the queen and the enemy CC was dead, I dropped the balloons first, and that's because they are extremely slow. But I also dropped my first lava hound from this top side, so he's going to come on in. I dropped the other lava hound from this far right side to try to collect as many traps as possible. And as soon as the balloons have crossed the threshold here, I went ahead and dropped the haste spells to try to get them go ahead and go into the base. So the first lava hound popped right when the air defense died, and the second one I was hoping to be able to tank some of the expo, but it actually worked out because the queen, as you can see, is able to tank the expo with 3 healers on her because that's the only defense hitting her. So she kind of stole the spotlight from the second lava hound. But with the defenses taken out at this point, I only had 12 balloons this attack, and as you can see, I only needed maybe 7 or 8. But it's always good to take extra in case they die. And another thing with Golaloon, you see the enemy Barbarian King just died. He basically did nothing. You kind of eliminate certain defenses. Cannons usually don't really come into play as far as needing to know where they are. Your main focus is just getting all 4 air defense down so that your balloons, the only threat to the balloons at that point is wizard towers. Some people take a heal and save it until this phase in case maybe wizard tower is the only defense left and they need to heal up their balloons that have clustered together. But Golaloon is an extremely powerful attack. It's very versatile. As long as you're able to get those air defense down, there's not a whole lot that can stop it. So that's it for this video. Thanks for watching.